So Levi, you know
Sir.
I'm a like admitted PA, popcorn addict.
Yeah.
So like this movie theater closing has been a very
Oh
difficult time
yeah,
for me.
you're one of the few people that go to the movie theaters just for the
I will pull up for
popcorn.
popcorn.
Yeah,
Absolutely, I pull up for
Titus, he
popcorn.
goes to the movie theaters to shop for
Yeah, I pull
popcorn.
up.
He doesn't go for
I
the
got the bucket.
movies.
I got
Yeah.
the bucket, and if it's like something I want to see this week, let me get some popcorn. Go in there, get the popcorn, go home. Sometimes you pick up a blizzard on the way home because it's on the way. Popcorn blizzard.
Popcorn and a blizzard.
It's
Do
a
you ever
beautiful
throw
day.
the popcorn into the blizzard?
Nah, I don't do that. I don't go that far. But it's a beautiful day. A
What
popcorn
if they ever
blizzard.
made a popcorn
I have
blizzard?
an industrial sized popcorn salt thing at my house.
Wow. Is it
To
like a butter
season it.
salt?
Yeah, for sure. That's the one I really rock with.
Yeah.
I don't like fluffing up popcorn. They do too much. Like this like sea salt and vinegar or whatever flavors they got. I'm like, why are you
Yeah.
doing that? Just need butter. I don't need caramel corn.
Butter
I don't
and
need
salt.
cheddar corn. I need butter and salt. That's all we need. Keep it
Mhm.
traditional. So yeah, bro, this whole movie theater closing because of the Roro has really hurt me. And I've struggled daily. Like sometimes I find myself losing it. I'm like, I'm not myself. Oh, it's probably like a popcorn in my life because I haven't had popcorn like 3 weeks from the movies. So
Do you have
I think
any?
it's mentally
Do
affecting
you
me
have
in
any
ways.
store bought popcorn that
I
you
do.
prefer?
I cheat with Orville Redenbacher sometimes. I cheat on the movies with
So
Orville
that's the
Redenbacher.
best quality.
It is.
You ever bought Jiffy Pop? Like
I haven't.
the old
I haven't done Jiffy Pop. Nah,
with the pan and
nah,
everything.
I haven't done Jiffy Pop.
I need to try that.
I
Never had
should.
the
I need to
Jiffy
try
Pop.
something. Cause really, I just replaced popcorn with nuggets and French fries
Mm.
from various places.
but that's-
Wendy's, Chick-fil-A.
Sounds more healthy though. You're getting your protein in.
See, but
and your
Yeah,
potatoes.
but it's like it's just me replacing salt with other salt, and
True.
a little more, slightly more expensive. Cause
Yeah.
see, when I get a bucket of popcorn, it's like $4.50 because I got a bucket, and I'm an AMC member because I see a lot of movies.
Yeah.
So like, I get the bucket, and that's like $4 or something. Sometimes it's free depending on who's working there because they know me. I go there a lot, so they know me. And when I go in there, I'm like, yeah, I see the popcorn. I'm like, all right, cool, got
Can
you.
I say
And I go
something
home.
real quick? We
What's
can
happening?
scrub this too, man, if this is insensitive from what I'm about to say, but I feel like when you just said I'm just replacing salt with other salt or types of salt, that was just one of the most black people things I've ever heard before when it comes
High
to
blood pressure is
meals.
high blood pressure is high blood pressure is a very common thing in the black community for
Yeah.
sure. So yeah.
Well, I mean, I just my corresponding teacher that I worked with for a hot minute, she was black, and she introduced me to salt on apples, and it was one of the
I-
worst things I'd ever
I
tasted in
did
my
that
life.
back in the day.
Yeah, and she told me when when
It's
I
a-
ate it and my face puckered, she was like, "Oh, that's a little too black for you, isn't it?" And I said, "It might be. I don't like this." I said, "But I do like salt on my watermelon." She said, "Oh, there's a little bit of black in you then." I was like, "Okay, well, I'll
Yeah.
trade that."
So like yeah, the salt on fruit thing was a way to trick me into eating fruit as a child, I think. And my dad used to do it a lot. Then my dad got high blood pressure, so he stopped. He cut salt out a
Yeah.
lot. So we don't use a lot of salt when we cook anyway.
Oh, okay.
But I get my salt makeup and popcorn and fries, which flamboyant, which which my dad doesn't use that much. But yeah, so like this, like I just replaced it with other things. I need to find a healthy alternative, but nothing else tastes good.
I'm sure they got some type of soy popcorn out there for you.
But why would I do that?
Well, you just said you need a healthy replacement.
Yeah, but I don't mean like fake popcorn.
Oh,
I mean like I need like more fruit. I don't know what to do. It's getting bad though.
popcorn chicken.
It's popcorn and it's chicken, two of my favorite
Yes,
things.
Yeah,
I should try that.
protein.
I
yeah.
should definitely try that.
That's it. Popcorn chicken.
Are nuggets basically popcorn chicken?
Yeah, that's actually. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
bigger
like-
popcorn chicken.
Like it's like a jumbo popcorn. It's like the cheese puffs
yeah,
of popcorn.
we
chicken.
should make our own chicken restaurant, and we'll advertise our nuggets as extra large popcorn chicken,
I like that.
and it's just chicken nuggets.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's a good idea actually. Cause the chicken nugget market's oversaturated. Everybody got nuggets,
Everybody's well, yeah.
but nobody's got jumbo popcorn chicken.
What I've learned from gaining friends from outside of the community
Yeah.
and outside of the state of Georgia,
Yeah.
apparently it's really weird for all your choices of food just to be different chicken restaurants.
That's weird.
Apparently it is because like
Chicken
my
i-
buddies from
yeah,
Florida
yeah.
and other places,
Well,
they're
that's
like,
fair. They got
"Oh,
the seafood.
what do we want to go eat? I don't know. What kind of chicken do you want?"
Yeah, I
I mean,
mean,
they're
I get
like, all
that.
we got is chicken
I
to go
can see-
choose from. Chick-fil-A,
But
Popeyes,
yeah,
um,
KFC.
KFC,
It speaks,
Arby's has chicken. Everybody got chicken.
It does speak to the versatility of the bird though.
Yeah.
Like chicken can do a little bit of everything,
It,
bro.
it is. But what's crazy too is like chicken is the rodent of protein. It's the uncleanest, what most non.
So it's like
Yeah, it's
it's the shrimp of the earth.
maybe I
Because
guess you can
shrimp are supposed to
say.
be like super nasty and unclean, but taste delicious. So chicken is the shrimp of the earth.
Yeah, but apparently chicken you have to cook. Chicken is the highest temp food. Like you had to cook it at the highest
Yeah, yeah,
temperature
yeah.
out of all other meats to kill all the bacteria
yeah.
off of it.
Yeah,
So,
that and like pork's probably up there too. I'm sure.
pork's up there, but it's
Yeah.
lower.
Okay,
Then-
interesting. I didn't know that.
yeah.
I would have guessed pork was higher if I had to guess.
No, yeah,
that
I
makes
would have
sense.
guessed that too, but
Yeah.
I learned that chicken is actually
Interesting.
the highest.
That is very
Yeah,
interesting, actually.
cook it at the highest temperature.
But yeah, so like I'm just trying to deal with my popcorn addiction
Yeah.
through this corona. That's been the unheard thing. Everybody's talking about all these other struggles. What about me and popcorn? No one
It's-
cares about that.
Yeah, it's one struggle I've yet to hear,
Thank you.
but now I've heard.
But
it
now
all.
I speak for all of you popcorn addicts out there. We will get through this. We will survive and we will be stronger.
Did you get to watch?
AMC's credit rating got dropped. Apparently.
Oh, well, I'm
So
sure.
hopefully they pull through. Please.
Did you get to watch? Did you get to eat popcorn while you were watching Tiger King?
Did I eat popcorn? I didn't actually eat popcorn because I binged it at work.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
I binged this whole amazing series at work.
Yeah. I bet that's a interesting dynamic too, getting to when you take in information just audibly instead of watching it and listening
Yeah.
to it, you're a lot more in tune to everything.
Right,
That's
right.
how I feel when I listen to a podcast that's also a TV show.
Yeah.
I actually pay a little bit more attention. I know more of what's going on when I'm just listening to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because all
for
my
sure.
other senses, I guess, are heightened,
Yeah.
I guess you would
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
So, yeah, I bet you probably got some different takes than maybe I would or Clay
Yeah.
and Christina
Yeah, because I
did.
think I missed things that were apparently obvious to everyone else that I didn't notice.
Yeah, I guess
because
that
I was
too.
only-
but you
I
might
was
have heard
mainly
some
listening.
stuff we didn't hear.
Yeah, because I
as
was
well.
mainly listening.
Yeah,
So yeah, Tiger King.
Tiger King.
Leave, bruh. Bruh.
Is bruh a consensus? Would
Yeah.
bruh is
Bruh's
a
a
consensus?
consensus.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Like
we
yeah.
can just end the podcast right there.
low key. Low key. So never in all of caucasity have I seen something this caucasus. This was the most caucasus occasioning in the history of Caucasian. It was amazing. I've never saw something and been like, yo, they really wildin'. For the whole race is represented across the whole southern part of the country, bro. We went from Oklahoma to Florida to Texas to South. Every crazy base got covered.
Yeah.
All of them.
I can just say this. I knew what I was getting myself into about this. I knew this was going to be very white when we were going to watch
Yeah.
this. But I don't think we took a hit on our image because this was very
Nah, yeah.
expected of us.
This-
Nobody I don't think anybody was really surprised. I mean, there were a lot of shocking things that occurred in this documentary, but at the same time, it was like, but am I really that surprised though? Like, whoa,
Right.
that was surprising, but at the same time, was it surprising?
I think it was like one of those things where we watch it and it's like, oh yeah, you got all these jokes about white people.
Yeah.
But then you actually watch it like, oh no, some of this is actually real.
Look,
okay, I didn't know it. I didn't know it
Titus-
got that deep.
You
I
know
love
me,
it.
man. I'm here for stereotypes, okay?
Mhm.
And I don't view stereotypes as racist. I think
Depends.
stereotypes. Well, I guess yeah, it
It
depends.
definitely
There are
depends, but
some very insensitive
Yeah.
stereotypes out
Yeah,
there
yeah.
that are, but I think for the most part they're harmless,
Mhm.
and I think they're funny because they're generally true. And I'm here for all the white people stereotypes, Titus, and this lived up to it.
This was a great time.
Yeah.
This was so much fun.
What a time to be alive,
Right.
For sure,
Right.
Yeah.
What y'all think about it? Claire, Christina.
So we're doing part one right now.
Yeah.
And for the listeners, this is our second time doing part one for a few reasons. One is that we just discovered we were like, hey, we're gonna do this off the cuff, and then we got into it. We spoke for an hour, and we were like,
Right,
wow,
yeah.
we were really all over the place because so much happened.
Yeah.
And Clay was in the booth,
Right.
and he was listening to us talk back and forth, and the whole time he thought we were talking about some
something in fiction.
something that wasn't
Yeah,
a
yeah.
documentary. He thought it was fictional, and he asked us at the end after we were done. He was like, "What movie was this? Like, was this?"
I'm like, what
Wait,
on
was
earth are y'all watching?
yeah, yeah. He said that was scripted, right?
That's
And we were like, "No, this is not scripted
That's
at
how
all.
crazy
This
It's
is
it is.
so
actually a real
absurd. It
documentary."
can't
is.
be real.
Exactly.
Yes.
And the thing is, for me, I'm like, this is so crazy that it has to be real because if someone made this in a script, you'd be like, okay, you're doing too much. You lost your way 3
Yeah,
seasons
exactly.
ago.
This would not have gotten the funding if the director
No.
would have came in and was like, "Hey, I need this many $1 million from Netflix." Well, I don't know. Netflix seems like they'll just throw $1 million out for anybody.
If Adam Sandler came to him with the idea, they'd be like, okay, cool, go with it.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
the guy.
But knowing that Adam Sandler did not direct this, we know
Right.
that it was real.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. This was such a mess.
And yeah, it's going to be really hard to navigate through all this too. I mean, this is for the people who've already
No.
listened to it. If you haven't listened to it yet, you're just
Yeah, if
making
you
bad
haven't-
choices.
You haven't
with your
watched it yet.
life.
You're making an active choice to just be different.
Yeah.
And I understand that sometimes as a sometimes contrarian.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes a
you're not a
contrarian.
sometimes contrarian.
What? What you mean? I'm sometimes. a
Titus
contrarian,
purposely
bro.
is against things that other people are so high on.
I reject that notion.
and it looks like Clay.
I can
you
relate.
and-
I
yeah.
can relate.
Yeah, because I learned last night that Clay hates the Dave Matthews Band, and I've never been more hurt in my life.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I'm sometimes a contrarian. It's fun. It's fun to be a contrarian. So I do it sometimes. Like say things like Toy Story should be the first Disney movie to go.
All right. Well, to
But
scratch
anyway.
the surface
Yeah.
of the series, I guess we're gonna go around and get first impressions
Yes.
of the people. So I guess from episode 1 and 2, let's start with Joe Exotic. First
Joe.
impressions around the room.
Yeah.
Y'all want to
You wanna
start?
So I'll start because I thought in the beginning when he took them into the gift shop and he
Mhm.
showed them the like tiger print underwear and the person was like, "Oh, I'm sure you wear these." And he was like, "Oh no, I don't wear underwear." And I was like, "Of course he doesn't wear underwear." And then as it kept going and they keep talking about these world famous places, and I thought I have never heard of any of these places. And then I think in episode 1 also is when they shared that it was like a $300 to $500 price admission to get into those places.
Wait,
Yeah.
it what?
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
And then they told
No.
about how much money it costs like to feed the animals, and that's when the Walmart truck thing
Mhm.
happened. So I thought those 3 things, like, of course he doesn't wear underwear, and these places are not really famous because I've never heard of them. And then a $300 to $500 admission to go in and spend the day there, like I thought that was gonna be like the tip of the iceberg. Like that was it for me. And then after that, it just went like downhill into
Yeah.
this whole like rabbit hole of
Yeah.
crazy. And
Yeah, for
I thought
sure.
that was it, and I was wrong.
Yeah. That was the biggest thing with me. I'm like, every episode, literally, it got crazier. I'm like, okay, it can't get worse than this. Oh, we're going to keep going down. Oh, we're going to do that too. Oh, okay. All right. 6 episodes in, we're just still doing it. All right, cool. Like, I was at work, like, just working on my aisle, and I had a dude working on the aisle with me that I was working in, or the area. And I was randomly go like, wait, what? They did who? They did what? And I was just telling him, like, you got to watch this thing, because it's the craziest thing ever. You need to watch it. And just audibly making like sound effects, like, "What are you talking about? They did what?" Just having to rewind. Like it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Did you have something?
I guess the weirdest thing to me is how the dude talked like 3 straight guys into marrying him.
Yes.
It's one of my favorite twists.
Like, how? I just don't get it.
Meth is a powerful drug.
Maybe
Yeah.
meth and tigers, I guess.
Meth
Yeah.
and tigers.
Meth-
yeah.
yeah.
Because
Put
they
'em together.
say there's something very, I don't know,
Powerful is the word.
powerful.
Yeah.
Well, they
Oh,
were talking like
I mean-
it's almost a sexual experience when you play with
Yeah.
a tiger.
Yeah, that's
Like-
what. Yeah, it just.
I'll just
I don't
go out and
know,
say it.
get
As
very
someone-
erotic. Yeah, I was trying to avoid that, but thank you.
That is what they,
Um,
did. What they did.
No,
Yeah.
I'm glad
Yeah,
you
that's
threw
facts.
that out
That's
there
facts.
because that's exactly what it is. It's like, I don't know. Can I?
I mean-
Am I allowed to say this? So really, the whole time, my first impression, I kept thinking about Adam, and when God made Adam and He gave him, he said, "Hey, you need to name these animals." I was like, was this a sexual experience? Did Adam feel the same way when he was around these tigers as Joe Exotic does and everyone else seems to feel? So, yeah, that made me, I was really thinking about Adam and Eve a lot and
Really,
during this.
I
yeah,
didn't know that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's
But
interesting.
that's how I thought about
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
But,
I'm following you.
you
Not
know, I'm
really, but-
sure things, time has changed, things have changed, so I'm sure it wasn't like that back in the day.
Yeah. My first
Yeah.
impression of Joe Exotic was, well, it started with him being in jail, and I'm like, dang, what he do? What's this guy do?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this is an interesting character from a Will Ferrell movie for sure, because this can't be a person.
From a Will Ferrell
Yeah, this
movie.
can't be a human being at all.
Oh, can we now? I need Will Ferrell and John C. Riley to remake Tiger King.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, that'd be great.
I'm with it. We can
Yeah.
get
Oh, and it could be Tiger Prince. This was before he became Tiger King, and it would be him growing
Journey?
up. Yeah, the journey. Yeah, and John C. Riley's the Bhagavan, Doc Antle,
good God.
teaching him his ways as young Will Ferrell
okay.
tries to become Tiger
Can we
King.
go, that was a good segue. That
Yeah.
was a fire segue, by the way. That was professional.
What's the fire?
We
What's it
segue,
too?
we
What's-
segueing into Doc Antle. Is that what you're doing?
Oh yeah,
We're
sure.
gonna pretend that's what you were doing because that was fire.
Yeah.
I like that segue. That was professional.
Yeah, well, we'll go into first impression of Doc Antle.
Zoo R. Kelly is 100% my least favorite character in the show. I genuinely hate him. I hate most of them, but I genuinely hate Zoo R. Kelly.
Why?
I don't like cult leaders. I'm sorry. I don't rock with cult leaders.
You gotta respect the guy though for pulling that
Bruh,
off.
they said he's a doctor. So what's he a doctor in? Mystic arts.
Mystic arts.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Bruh, Doc Antle. See, I love how we're complete opposites on this because Doc Antle is number one
I
for me. He's
despise
number
him.
one seed in favorite characters. He's isn't there a Snoop Dogg song like P to the I to the M to the P? I don't know. Isn't there some songs like because every time
50
some-
Cent made a song called Pimp.
Yeah, some pimp songs, some made up rap pimp song in my head automatically plays every time I see Doc Antle. It's like he's followed by that music in the background of, just rappers following him and a hype man, and he's just the pimp of all
Okay,
pimps.
you know what it is with Zoo R. Kelly is that I hate I hate like
You're really disrespecting Doc Antle too because
I almost-
all
I
these
almost
women
cussed.
are of age, okay? So quit
they
throwing
weren't,
R.
they weren't
Kelly
when they
out
found
there.
him. They weren't when they heard about it. They got there.
But
they got to be of age.
yeah.
They
He
made
let
it.
them get there though.
Yeah,
Something R.
they
Kelly
made it there.
didn't.
They made it to of age. They made it to of age.
It's the power of the tiger, I guess.
Yeah.
But
And we learned that later on too with another character
Yeah.
that we won't get into right
Yeah.
now, who comes in number 2 for me in the power rankings.
so yeah, the thing with Doc, I don't like when someone who I can tell isn't smart takes advantage of clearly stupid people.
And
And like that's all he is. Like he's
He's-
he's very not smart. Like if you listen to him talking, like I hear all the BS when you talk. How do y'all not notice this? He's clearly lying.
Titus,
What?
would you say Charles Manson was not a smart man?
I don't want to speak anything about Charles Manson. I'm still scared of him.
I would not deny that man is not smart. Wait, did I phrase that
I
right?
don't
would
know how you
not.
phrased it.
Yeah, I would not deny that man being smart because do we have any cult followers, Titus?
Us?
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
No.
we barely got 20 followers on Twitter, man. Like, so these people clearly, we need to tap in to our Doc Antles
I'm good.
and to our Jeff
I don't-
Lowe's
I-
and figure
no,
out how to
I don't
run this
want-
thing
I don't want
because
their
we'd be a lot
people.
more successful, Titus.
But you're not successful. That you get raided by the FBI
I'm okay with that.
and you got a black code.
Hey,
you get raided a lot
You
faster.
know, I'm just here for the fame like Joe Exotic is.
Listen.
So, however I have to get that fame,
Yo.
we'll get that fame.
Oh, this is what I wanted to ask you. Who would you hire, not named Drake, to sing your life? Like Joe did with the Tiger people.
Dave Matthews.
Dave Matthews was singing their Tiger songs. Okay.
Actually, no. I would get. Who's the guy from I think he's in Wedding Crash. No, he's not. Maybe Wedding Crashers. He's in a lot of movies, but he always plays the karaoke guy, or he'll play the wedding singer,
I think I know
or
who you're
something like
talking
that.
about.
He's
I
in
don't
these
know his
Will
name,
Ferrell
though.
movies,
Yeah.
and he'll sing these very raunchy songs in a very seductive manner.
I know who you're
And
talking about.
yeah,
That's who you would get?
that's the guy who I would get to play to sing my life,
I like it.
whatever that actor is,
Yeah.
who always gets karaoke roles.
I would go with Adele.
No, because so you want it to be sad. You want people to
Nah,
cry
bro.
the whole
Can
time.
you imagine how powerful Adele singing about these tigers would be? Like in her Adele voice? Like when she did one of them Adele notes
Sure,
about these tigers?
maybe.
The tiger, something like that.
How
It'd be
about
so beautiful.
who
I win a
sings-
Grammy off my
Who
tigers.
sings "Eye of the Tiger"? What band is that?
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna have Survivor The band Survivor.
Yeah.
Follow me around on a flatbed everywhere I go, playing Eye of the Tiger. That would be the ultimate.
How long though would that take for you to get like really sick of it? Just hearing Eye of the Tiger
Yeah,
on
that would
repeat.
definitely get old.
I'd probably have to murder them. I'd feed them to the tiger.
But yeah, no, I hate Doc, bro. I deeply hate Doc.
But Doc is like the godfather of all this. Like if there wasn't Doc Antle, we wouldn't even have Tiger King.
That's true.
I would be okay with
See?
that. I
You'd
would
be-
simply be okay with it.
Then
If
we
it meant I
wouldn't
didn't
even
get to know Doc.
making this podcast right now if it wasn't for Doc Antle.
We make a podcast about something else. We're
And, like,
creative.
All the movies and stuff that had like tigers and big cats in them and stuff wouldn't have happened without him.
It
Well, I
wouldn't-
guess they'd have found somebody else, but
exactly.
right. It
but
wouldn't
like
have-
all the famous, like Britney Spears with the big anaconda around her neck and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah, but
He's how many? He had like 600 movies. I think.
Yeah,
he
like
said.
a whole like hundreds of movies
Yeah,
he's contributed
he's- I think he said he's been. Yeah, he's contributed to over 600 movies and TV series.
adorable. It's awesome. It's awesome. Hate him. Deeply.
Haters gonna hate.
to. And
hate
at the end of the day, he gets to spend his days riding an elephant next to a tiger, surrounded by willing women.
Yes.
Eventually, they're
Who
gonna
would
eat
not
him.
want that?
They're
Yeah.
not willing. They're brainwashed by him being a cult leader. It's not the same.
Eh,
He didn't earn it.
they
Jeff
willingly
earned it.
showed up.
Jeff earned the willingness.
They will look.
Jeff earns his willingness.
Titus.
This dude does cult brainwashing and calls himself the Bachelor.
The Bhagavan.
The
The
Baklava.
The
Bhagavan.
Is that what it was? The
Bhagavan.
All right.
The Bhagavan.
But now,
Yeah, I'm not calling him that.
speaking of women surrounding you, let's talk about Jeff for a minute.
Oh, are we
This
going to
guy.
get into Jeff?
talk about
Yeah, because that's number 2 on the pimp.
Jeff is a con artist. He's simply.
I
you
agree with you on
hold
that.
I have a question. Why are you such a fan of these con artist people? I'm getting worried.
Because they're pimps.
Are you about to?
Because
Are you gonna snipe the show for me one day? You gonna con artist, not the extras
yeah,
for me? Is
actually,
that what's gonna happen?
that was the plan.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
now that's been uncovered.
shut that
I'll
down.
tell him that.
But I don't know though. Like the interesting thing to him, for me, like when I was watching him go off on Joe in the office,
Yeah.
Oh, I want to talk about that.
like how he wanted to stay legit. Like it looked like the whole time he wanted to run that place with legitimacy and not be like
Oh, Jeff.
Yeah.
like a con.
Yeah, Jeff.
Yeah, with Jeff.
Oh no. When he went in the office and the way he was speaking, I watch shows that involve like cop stuff sometimes and lawyer tricks. So when he was in the office and specifically saying things like he was like naming specifics in a very scripted manner. I'm like, what is he setting up here? Because no one talks to someone like that.
No, it was a.
unless they're recording.
it was
when
a-
they're recording a conversation. They're
Yeah.
trying to get you to confess something. He was setting that up from jump. Jeff was never legit. Jeff was trying to get Joe
I don't
out
know.
of there.
I think he was trying to run the business legitimately so he'd keep his nose clean.
Yeah.
I think he was trying.
I think so,
I think
too.
he was trying to get Joe out of there.
But I
while
do
knowing he
kind of
was
agree
leaving.
with you on that.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
he did have an ulterior motive about it. But when he went in, like when he said you can't legally spend the business money on your campaign, you're gonna get us shut down.
Yeah,
Like
Jeff-
that's for real. Like
Jeff-
that was an entrapment quote.
No.
I don't know though. You know he's tied up in all that stuff too. If that goes down, he goes down with it.
That's true.
I 100% agree with Clay, and I sort of agree with you. So yes, it was an entrapment. The way he phrased everything,
Yeah.
he even admitted it was sneak footage.
Right.
He got somebody to follow him with the camera or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, so it was entrapment. But at the same time, he was trying to keep his nose clean. He just got out of prison, and Joe was doing all the spending on while he was in prison. So also, it's very clear that Joe Exotic has become the thorn in the company's side. He's keeping that company from reaching its potential and success, and he's become way too involved in himself and has completely forgotten about the well-being of his employees, even though you can make a good argument that he was never concerned for the well-being of his employees or his Tigers, but whatever ounce or percentage of care that he did have, it drastically fell, and he got way too caught up in himself. And so I think Jeff found a venture. He did find somebody to take advantage of with Joe Exotic.
Yes.
I think he had good intentions at the beginning and did see this as a partnership, but as it went on and he saw how crazy Joe is and has no idea how to run a legitimate business, then yeah, he was like, get
Okay.
out of here. And if I can't, and if you're not gonna willingly leave, I'm gonna get you to leave in some
Okay.
way or another.
Here's the thing about con artists: they never have good intentions. Con artists don't have good intentions. They're con artists. Their goal is to get in, get the money, and disappear with a new name
But
and
what?
a new girlfriend.
Hey, you
Like,
know
that's
what?
how it works.
Are
That's
you
how being a
are you
con
sure
artist
about
works.
that? Because sometimes,
Yes, I am.
but the best way to be a successful person is to think like a con. Sometimes, kind of like when you're trying to get a mob boss down, you got to think like a mob boss. Got to go in there undercover. You know what I'm saying?
But
Nah.
okay, so your intentions are evil still. You still have bad intentions.
No.
That's the point.
All right. So maybe Jeff had some bad intentions.
Jeff is a bad intention.
especially in the past. Okay.
Jeff's
I think he-
existence is a bad intention.
Do what?
Jeff's existence is a bad intention.
His, yeah, that's okay. The way the clothes he wears. All right, look, if I saw Jeff walking down the street, I would know to avoid that man just by the clothes that he wears.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna question anybody who's wearing Affliction, and the guy
That's a
looks like
fact.
somebody who
Yo.
goes to.
Anybody rocking Affliction post like 2009 is probably gonna murder you or steal from you.
Yeah,
Like, I say this as someone who was a big UFC fan back then when Affliction was actually a brand that mattered. If they still put out the Affliction tee, don't trust them. Don't trust them. Don't do it.
and coming in with the yeah. Also, if you wear a bandana and a hat over your bandana, I can't trust you there either.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's too much going on.
I
and
think he's bald and he's just hiding it.
yeah, but doesn't
That
the
would make
hat just
sense.
do that enough though? But he's really trying to. I think he's trying to keep intact whatever hair he has, and it looks weird with just a hat on because you can just see the sparse hairs coming out of
Yeah,
the hat.
nah, I
So
can
he's
see
got
that.
a double cover,
Could definitely
It's
see
a
that.
skillet.
a skillet,
A skillet.
a skullet.
Yeah, like a bald mullet. When it's got, you see the
Oh, yeah.
skillet.
I like that.
Yeah, I can see that. I
Yeah.
definitely can see that. So yeah, the characters that y'all like, I just despise deeply.
But
I
Jeff
just
Lowe.
hate them so much. This
I
is gonna
don't
get fun in
think-
a little bit.
So, but we've kind of gotten off. But first
it doesn't matter.
impression wise, I'm there with Jeff Lowe. I don't think
Nah, I didn't
he's
trust him.
necessarily a 100% bad guy. He's a guy I got to keep my distance from post and pre COVID-19.
Facts.
But I don't know. I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and he came in third episode,
He can't. Yeah, fourth episode.
fourth episode,
yeah.
and we still don't know how
He-
how he's gotten this money that he has,
Exactly.
and how he's been able
He
to
just
afford
got
things.
money, and you don't know how he got money.
Well, can
And
we?
he came in there fixing
But
Joe's.
does he really have money? Because they
That's
said
a,
his,
Yeah.
He's broke. Yeah, he a broke boy.
yeah, because he couldn't even. He said he had to sell his Ferrari to keep the zoo going.
How do you get
Yeah.
a Ferrari in the first place?
Bro,
though?
you know how many people he's probably done this to?
Probably.
Like, it's a long list of
Maybe.
people. You don't get to Tiger level without having a long list of people that you've conned throughout the years. Like, you got to be good at it.
Well,
To
can,
do this.
I guess
Well,
this
he did it with all the like he was doing exotic stuff, and there's
Yeah.
probably drugs involved.
Hell, he even
no, I'm,
kinda-
I'm just allegedly saying. I'm just saying that's allegedly because we don't know for sure. But
He even kind of conned the dude at the end, the Jeff guy that he was going to build the other zoo with. He kind of conned him.
What's his name? I wrote his name down.
Jeff is it Jeff?
James.
James. Yeah, he was
Garrison,
conning him.
Which I got plenty of opinions on him later.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then they broke
I'm
up.
with you. I think he did him a little dirty, but
Yeah.
he's still involved in the thing though. So like he's got enough skin in the game, I think, to where I don't think he would purposely
some
con
clout.
somebody else out and screw himself.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Also, I guess this is a good little opening. Have y'all seen the conspiracy that's floating around about Jeff Lowe, about who he actually is? He's not really Jeff Lowe. There's a good conspiracy. Somebody put a picture in picture next to each other of Carol's first husband and Jeff Lowe. They don't look far off. And yeah, Mr. Clay's looking it up. I'll
that's
look it up for you, Titus, so you
Yeah.
can see it. So the conspiracy is Jeff Lowe is Carol Baskin's first husband. She got in contact with him, knowing how dirty he is and what the abilities and lifestyle he lives, to go to Joe Exotic and foil his whole plan. That this was actually all, contrived
So-
by Carol Baskins, and she got him to go pay the ex-con that Jeff Lowe hired, to work on the zoo, and then
This is a lot. I'm wrapping my
it's-
head around
yeah,
it.
it's a
So
lot.
she had him disappear to Costa Rica for 40 years or whatever.
No. Her first husband. Do you remember?
Oh, the one she threw a potato at?
yeah, the one she threw
Oh,
a
okay.
potato
So she had to
at.
throw a
The
potato at to
first
get away.
husband.
Yeah.
Did you hear this,
It's my
Miss
favorite tidbit.
Christina?
No.
Are you looking it up, Mr. Clay? Do you see it?
I'm not seeing the conspiracy that is they're the same person. He does have a lot of reaction about them opening up that cold case, though.
Oh, he does.
Yeah. So I'm about to look and see what's that.
Yeah, they
I don't
did-
know. He says that like he believes there's a lot more to that story than is being like Jeff Lowe even says there's much more to discover about the whole case.
Oh, I'm sure there
So
is.
even he's saying that.
I'm sure there is. I mean, they did reopen the case because
Yeah, that
And-
they did
but-
reopen the case.
And I read the thing, and the sheriff dude said that there was so much, like, when the case was going on, there was so much, there were people loyal to to Dawn, and people loyal to her that worked for them. And no one's story was the same. So no one had a straight story, which is why they couldn't do anything with the case. And they even said they went down to Costa Rica. The sheriff said they went to Costa Rica. One person said they hadn't seen Don in 6 weeks. The other person said they saw him a week ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
yeah.
missed that.
Yeah, that just came out. That article came out like today. I think. Yeah,
okay.
It was filled with the sheriff. So he was saying like no one's story was straight, which is why they couldn't do anything about it because there were so many people with just they said there was obstruction of justice going on everywhere, and they couldn't do anything about it.
So, I think we can say Don. That was his
that's the-
name.
yeah.
Don Baskins. Was that his last name?
Harris
Harris.
Yeah,
or Lewis.
Lewis. I think it was
Lewis,
Lewis.
yeah.
Yeah, Don Lewis. Yeah.
Yeah. He might really be the GOAT in all this. I might have to move him up to number 1 because he may be right. He might have pulled one of the slickest tricks ever. Except for I really don't know. He must have had money
Yeah.
stashed in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
So
it's
he
this
didn't really
thing.
have to dig into his
The only
will
thing I guess
or.
we're talking about the murder case now because we just jump right
Well,
into it. The Carol Baskin murder
we can put a
case.
pause on that because we
Okay.
got other stuff to cover and
Okay.
we'll kind of go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we'll bookmark that.
Bookmark it.
So I
put
guess we can get
bookmark
into
it.
Carol Baskin's first
Let's
impressions.
do it.
She
Oh.
made Clay really, really angry in the first impression because the whole thing about Joe Exotic was that he kept the animals in cages, and she's talking about this as she walks by all of the cages at her place.
Yes.
Posing with a lion in this tiny little cage. And she's talking about how terrible it is that those animals are caged.
Yeah.
I'm like, woman, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Like, your place doesn't even look half as nice as his does.
definitely
Exactly.
And you're doing the exact same thing, but you're just not charging people to do it. You're getting people to run your place for free.
Yeah.
Talk about brilliant.
yeah.
Carol. Yeah.
Talk
Carol-
about a
Straight up
con
tells
artist.
us-
Okay.
She said
No,
tigers
you know
need
what?
400 miles to roam. Does that lady own 400 miles?
Okay. So, his name with Carol. All right. His name with Carol.
Mm-hmm.
Carol, to me, isn't a con artist. She's an extreme narcissist. Everyone in the show is a narcissist and a predator in different ways. R. Kelly preys on women and mystic arts. Do R. Kelly.
I think you're being
Um,
sexist, man. Are
Joe
you saying
Exotic-
women can't be con
No,
artists?
listen. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Joe Exotic preys on dudes who like meth and
Tigers.
yeah, tigers and people with nowhere to go. And Carol preys on people who think they're volunteering and has them run everything. But here's the thing with Carol. Carol's not manipulative because Carol don't give a bleep. Carol's like, oh, you got a problem with me? Bet. I'm going to sue you and take everything. Oh, you going to put in your mama name? Take in your mama house. Get your mom furniture with GoFundMe. Carol doesn't care. Carol is ruthless, maniacal, and I respect that. I respect it. I'm sorry.
I still think
I'm
it's
sorry.
a con, though.
I
You
respect
got to
her-
think. She's conning those people.
She is kind of those people. And the narcissistic part of her is why she doesn't see that. However, I came across some very interesting information about Carol Baskin's facility today, or last night on Twitter. This from Luke Thomas.
I wish we were recording this on video too, just so my facial reaction could be.
This is
We almost did record it on
this-
video just for
Because I'm
posterity.
blunt. I'm letting you finish,
This
but I'm about to
information-
go in on you right
this
now.
information comes from, this
All right.
information comes from Luke Thomas.
Okay.
A big MMA writer. He has a show on Sirius.
Oh,
XM
so
now.
he's a Tiger King expert then.
He's a really smart dude. Yeah, he's a really smart dude. He watches it and does some other stuff. He's pretty smart. So this week he tweeted, Carol Baskin from Tiger King isn't an angel. The disappearance of her first husband is unusual. To put it mildly. Although he was a weirdo too. That's facts. The amount of unpaid labor that Baskin relies on is also unethical. However, I looked up Big Cat's rescue record of animal welfare. By every accredited group I could find, all of them consider Big Cat Rescue's record of animal welfare to be exemplary. The only outfits attempting to suggest her treatment is no different than a roadside zoo or roadside zoos. And there's no evidence that the treatment is equal. That's the one who looked into it. He looked into it, and her facility apparently is okay with the accredited places. So that changed my opinion on her facility, not her as a person. Although I do respect the fact that she doesn't care and she will sue you and your mama if she gets mad at you. I respect that energy because that's rich person energy, and rich people don't have anything to do better except run you into the ground when you bother them. And I respect that a lot. So Carol's facility is okay. Except for the fact that she doesn't pay anybody.
It's accredited, but that doesn't mean it's nice.
I mean, it's better than Exotic and Zoo R. Kelly guy.
I'm pretty sure.
No, Zoo R.
pretty
Kelly's
sure-
guy is
and
like
the- and the
I'm
ridiculously
pretty sure Doc
nice.
But he
Antle's
got
place
rated.
is accredited too.
No, he
I'm
got rated, so it couldn't have been that accredited.
Yeah,
No,
but-
he got rated for illegal activity.
Yeah.
Quote
Okay,
unquote.
they don't
Allegedly.
credit illegal activity. They don't
But
credit it.
okay, but
But
what are you
see,
accrediting though?
They don't care. I'm saying if your place got rated, that's because you were doing something messed up.
Yeah, but you can still okay.
You know,
I'm
places
sure-
haven't gotten rated.
I'm sure all these businesses that have gone down, Fortune 500 companies, they're accredited in their own sense. You know, some bureau has come through and accredited them as an actual business. Does
You know-
slimy stuff still go down?
You know, who hasn't
Yes.
been rated.
Do what?
You know, who hasn't been rated.
Who?
Carol Baskins' facility. Just saying.
Yeah.
I'm
What
just
is?
saying her facility has a good track record.
Because there's nothing there
with
to
the-
raid.
Her facility has a good track record of animal welfare treatment. That's all I'm saying. So her facility must not be as bad as theirs.
Well, I
And they're
think
trying to
the
make it out
reason that they rated it was because they caught wind of the fact that he allegedly killed the older tigers.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
he's a terrible human being.
Now, that might be like that might have happened.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean his facility's bad. Now she's got a questionable facility, but she doesn't shoot her animals. So,
Yeah,
like,
you know
it's-
why she doesn't shoot her animals too? Because she's got only like 6 tigers, Titus. That's the whole point of it.
That's
is
good though,
Doc
right?
Antle,
Does that not make her better? Because she has less of these animals that you don't need to have anyway.
in her opinion, no, because she wants all the tigers.
No, she
'Cause-
doesn't want them to have the
All right,
tigers.
so Joe's not killing off his tigers, which
Mm.
apparently, you know, they find 6 tiger skeletons or whatever, which I still think is pretty impressive. I don't think you can really
You know,
pin him like killing them. What if they just died of natural causes
Or you
and
just blew
he
him up
buried them?
or you just blew him up in a fire like the alligators that he blew up.
All right, maybe we'll get to
All
that
right,
too. But he still had over 220 tigers. I think he didn't willingly just kill them when they got too old like Doc Antle did. But Carol
Allegedly.
in all this, she is the most manipulative, worst person on the whole show,
She's
dude.
manipulative, but she's honest. She's
But
honest
no, but
manipulative.
that was part of your argument, though. She's not manipulative.
No, I say she's not manipulative. I say she's honest with hers. Like you know what Carol.
She's
you see
just a
Carol, you know what
bulldozer.
Carol's doing. Yeah, you know what Carol's gonna do.
All right, yeah,
She's not trying to do something else. Carol's
Okay.
gonna come for you and take everything you
Yeah,
own.
so she's okay, but
And your
she's
mama house.
one way with one group of people, all right? Where she's the bulldozer, she's gonna take them down, blah blah
Mm-hmm.
blah. And then you turn around though to her big social media following, which is how she's gotten so big, is she was able to tap into social media so early, catch the wave, and she did it right. But she's doing it through her manipulation,
She's a
pretty
narcissist.
much.
They're all narcissists. That's the thing.
All right, yeah,
They're
but
all terrible narcissists.
but if you're a narcissist, like you're gonna be manipulative too. I think that just comes with the characteristic.
Yeah, but to me, her manipulation is more respectable. Because I like when people are manipulative, but they will also just run you over. I
You
like
know-
that.
But that's more borderline psychopath.
Yeah, exact.
wrong with
Thank
that?
you.
What's wrong with
Thank
psychopath?
you. Because all right, when you see Joe Exotic, you're getting Joe Exotic. Joe Exotic is being Joe Exotic through and through. Doc Antle, that dude's got 2 sides.
Joe blew up
he's
his own-
manipulative too.
Yeah.
But Carol, dude, she is just I believe it. She's a psychopath. There's a reason why she's on her 3rd husband. There's a reason why Don, whether he's dead or not, I believe Don in the fact that she was crazy.
Oh yeah, she's surely crazy.
Okay, yeah, so
But I like
very
her crazy.
manipulative
She's
in
only
that
crazy.
sense as
she's
well.
the crazy that I like. I like her kind of. I like her type
Oh
of crazy.
wow, Titus.
I
man.
like that brand of crazy.
But
Yeah, I got somebody I know. I'll set you
I-
up with. She's my ex. Yeah. Oh, also,
I don't
you
like
know,
cult leader
who
crazy.
Carol reminds me of besides my ex?
Don't.
Jan. You know The Office. We
Jan?
all love The Office.
Okay.
So y'all seen The Office, right? Clay, Christina, Jan. I got very strong Jan vibes, but they're 2 different types. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Jan
That's
is
a good comparison, actually.
yeah, Jan is manipulative woman part A, and Carol is manipulative woman part B. To where Jan is also that bulldozer. She's very strong, very professional, very smart, and she's just straight up with it. You know what I'm saying? Like she doesn't really hide a lot of her emotions or anything. She's
Yeah.
kind of just straight on. She shoots straight. Carol, on the other hand, she plays the innocent, sweet, soft. There's nothing dirty in this mind or heart of mine.
Yeah.
I'm a pure soul. That's how she plays it. But on the inside, she's the bulldozer. She's going to run you over. If she wants it, she's going to get it.
Yes.
She doesn't care who she takes down. It's her interest first, okay? And that's how Jan was too. And that's how some other people I know are too. And so that's really struck a
hear you.
chord with me. And yeah, she's just very manipulative because she's able to play. I said it in the first time we recorded this too. She's the perfect package. Okay, was just naturally the way she looks, the way she carries herself, her soft toned voice. It just all comes with the package, man. Like she doesn't have to play that up. She's just able to use her. A lot of people have been able to get into power like that, not necessarily because they're smarter than somebody else or a better worker than somebody. It's because they just fit the mold of who you're looking for and who you think they are. So when you're judging a book by your cover, yeah, you think Carol Baskins is this sweet person that only has the tiger's interests in heart, but really she's just trying to pad her
Oh,
pockets.
no. I don't think she only had tiger interests at heart. I just think her facility is apparently not as bad as I thought it was from the jump.
But her
But-
facility could not handle the amount of tigers that
No
it seems
one-
like she's trying to get.
Does she want those tigers? Does she want them to not
I
have
mean,
those tigers?
But where are these
'Cause
tigers
her
going?
beef with Joe came from the fact that, well, Joe kind of picked the fight, didn't know how to get out of it, and she was like, cool, let's fight.
All right, yeah, but
And then she's thinking
but
about
I
it.
want to know where are these tigers going
I don't
though.
know.
If she doesn't get them,
I don't
they can't
know.
go to Doc Antle's. How many other tiger sanctuaries
I
are
don't know
in
where
the
she wanted them
U.S.?
to go after she didn't want them to have them.
And they can't.
That's all I know.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
pretty
it's,
much it. Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't want them to have them.
yeah.
That's all I know.
But I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure in return they got to go to her place. If she's going to be the one fighting for it and advocating for this fight,
I
they
don't
got to
know.
go. There's got to be a solution to the problem, and it seems like
Yeah, the solution is to get Joe out of here.
all right.
That's
But
the
I mean, I would say more Joe is the problem. You got to get him out of here, but also
Yes.
you got to get where the tiger is going to go. You can't
Yeah,
ship him
I
back
don't
to
know.
Africa.
That was Peter's problem.
Yeah.
That was gonna be Peter's concern. I
Yeah,
guess.
but we all know too. PETA's just as I mean. All right,
Also,
so
hold on. I got a
can I
question.
say Carol
question.
Baskins is PETA in human form? Okay, if you had to just take all the PETA organization and put a face on it, it would be Carol Baskins' face.
I'm not sure because Peter wouldn't like the fact that
Thank
she.
you.
Peter
I
wouldn't
got
like-
people in
No,
agreement.
but Peter
here.
wouldn't like the fact that she actually killed rabbits to have them fed. Peter would get mad about that.
No,
Peter
PETA
don't like
doesn't really
any-
care.
Peter don't like any animal deaths.
PETA's just here
PETA
for
doesn't
the
like animal
riot.
deaths.
What's that song? I want to start a riot by 2 Chainz. Yeah, every time I see
Oh, okay, there's a few
PETA,
riots.
I
I
just
want to
hear
know
2
you're
Chainz in the back going, "Start a riot. I want to
I know
start a
what
riot.
Okay, that's interesting.
Start a riot."
Do you think Joe isn't manipulative?
Is Joe manipulative?
Because you said what you see what you get with Joe, and I don't believe that's true actually.
But you're stupid. So Joe, all right, we said this too. Doc Antle and Joe are kind of like the same person, to where Doc Antle, he's high class, right? He's got the high class facilities. He presents himself in more of a high class fashion.
he's got the cult.
Yeah, he's got the high class cult too. Joe is the lower class, the uneducated. He's manipulated more uneducated people who had nowhere to go,
These girls just aren't as pretty.
and his girls aren't as pretty.
His girls
Okay,
just
That's
aren't
the
as
only
pretty.
difference.
Oh, his girls
a
just happen to
fact.
be
Well,
guys.
That's a fact.
that's true. But
Yeah.
Doc has all women working for him, and Joe's mainly got men who are ex-cons, ex-drug addicts, or current drug addicts.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, these people are really just people who have nowhere to go, and he's got the tigers on their side. And as we've all discovered in this documentary, something pretty powerful goes on when you're in the presence of a tiger.
Yep. Real
Yeah.
powerful.
So I guess between Joe and the tiger, yeah, he is a little manipulative, but
Okay,
I
thank
don't
you.
think he'd be able to manipulate us. We'd be able
No.
to see past Joe.
Carol couldn't manipulate me either. That's the
Well,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. Because we're not.
I don't know,
totally
Titus.
is.
The way you just talked about her, it sounds like she already has
'cause
manipulated
I would
you.
see if somebody. No. I respect people who I know are gonna go. I respect ruthless people. That means I want to work with them or be around them.
Okay.
I respect their energy from a distance. I don't want them anywhere near me.
I mean,
anyone
yeah.
who wears cat suits to Congress is not to be trusted. And then anybody. I also believe anybody who dresses super flowery and speaks
Yeah.
in a soft voice,
Oh,
you can't trust them. That doesn't mean I
exactly.
can't respect the ruthlessness of you suing somebody's mama.
Yeah.
I love that. Do you know how much I laughed when I heard Joe put the thing in his mama name, get out of it, and she was like, "Cool, I'm gonna go after your mama too." You
Yeah.
know how much I laughed. I laughed a lot.
You laughed at that?
I laughed so much.
I was
That's
so
just
sad
because
Because you
about
set
that.
your mama.
That
You
was
set
mean.
he brought his mama into his. Anybody asked for his mama to get in that? You put your mama in it.
But-
yeah, but you got to think how evil a person is to be like,
Okay.
I'm not going to leave this alone.
Counteract. How evil are you to know you big fight with a rich person? You go tell your mama, "Hey, sign this," and don't tell her what it is.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up too, I guess.
Yeah.
And now she don't go fund me, ask for furniture help.
Yeah.
Go fund me. Because you got your mama sued.
That that reminded me of you watched the Aaron Hernandez documentary, didn't you?
I didn't,
Uh,
but tell me anyway. I
yeah,
probably-
well,
I
you
probably
still
heard
got to go
about it.
watch that. No,
Yeah.
go watch that so we can do a different podcast on that.
On Aaron-
I'd
okay.
recommend y'all go on Netflix too. Watch the Aaron Hernandez
All right,
documentary.
we'll do
It's
that.
really good,
We'll do that.
and I don't know why you haven't watched it yet. I'm really
'Cause I feel like I
disappointed
knew
in
enough
you.
about the story. I was like kind of tired.
No, dude, you don't know. That's the point of the documentary. Like you find out a lot of
There's new information.
Yes, there's
'Cause
new
I read a
im-
lot, and I was like,
Well,
I know. Well, I'll say this: the things that came out on Twitter and stuff. Like, I thought we already knew all this. Okay, so I'll go watch it. And see what I missed.
I learned
Yeah.
stuff that I
Okay.
didn't know before.
I'll watch and see what I missed.
Yeah.
For sure.
But all right. So off that,
Yeah.
so
That's my defense of Carol. That was fun.
I think 3 out of 4 of us agreed that Carol is very manipulative and an evil person.
She is manipulative. You keep misrepresenting. She is manipulative. I probably misspoke.
I'm
at
pretty.
some
Yeah, you
point.
did misspeak.
He just likes that sort of thing in a woman.
Yeah.
I do like.
Like I
power-
said,
do
I
like
got
strong
I got a
women.
few girls
really
in
like
mind I
strong
can
women.
set you up with.
I'm
man.
a big fan of strong women.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So
Carol
you
can
like
get me
Jan? Were you
Carol
a
can
big
get me
fan of
though.
Jan?
No, because
in
Jan
The
was
Office?
taking advantage of weak-minded men. I like
That's the
strong
point
women.
of it. Okay, so that's it. Like these people are weak-minded. Like that's who she's taking over.
That's who they're all taking advantage of.
Yeah.
Except the fact is, one of the weak-minded people try to actually come for her. So she's like, "Cool, I'm gonna sue you and take everything you want."
At least look. At least Joe
had
and
that man so
Doc are
mad.
paying and
Bro.
housing these people.
bro.
She's
she
got
had-
people working for free.
She
She's
had
got
Joe-
hundreds
no,
of
that's
people
the worst
working
thing.
for free.
That's the worst thing. Next to the husband.
And they're working there on
experience.
Christmas Day too.
Okay,
Every day
they
for
work
free.
They work at Doc's Colt Farm on Christmas. They don't have
Yeah,
holidays.
but at least they live there.
with the baklava.
They have
with
a
the
nice
baklava.
they have a nice house.
Is it though?
They
But
look
no,
like pretty nice houses.
What did the woman that left say that he had him actually living in? The
That
woman
was at the
left said-
beginning of it though.
You think it changed?
Yeah, they were all.
You think
It
he
looked
upgraded?
like it.
If you marry him, it might be upgraded. If you don't marry him,
Maybe.
if you don't become one of his 12 wives, you
Yeah.
probably get a great value, a Walmart family restroom size house. That's probably what you get.
Well, I guess that's it for our first impression.
Yeah, that was good. That was good stuff.
It sounded like our
Yeah.
final impressions
It did.
pretty much.
It kind of turned into that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was turned to overall impression.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So, what were you?